I think the last 2 weeks have been spent so much talking about big plays, correcting things on the offensive line. How would you sum up the way it's all gone? Do you think you're there yet, or is there still maybe a little bit left to kind of maybe fix and work on?
Always room for improvement, but there is on film some progress. We still cross-training guys, seeing who fits where and stuff like that. But as of right now, I'm seeing some progress as the weeks have come.
Where for you have you seen the biggest progress? Like, what are some of those examples that stand out to you that go, okay, 2-3 weeks ago I wouldn't have seen this, now I'm seeing it?
I mean, as far as the biggest thing is playing with together as a five. Communicating, like having one call that affects the entire line. We're making those calls now instead of like week one we would have made the calls and have an inmate and miss assignment or something like that. But now we're looking at the entire defense, making calls and playing as a unit.
Jimbo said that Derek Kelly's probably going to start on Saturday. What have you seen from him and the progress he's made in the last couple of weeks?
I mean, he's out there hungry. He's hungry for the spot, and he's out there challenging Brock, and they're going at it at each other, making each other better, helping each other out on and off the field. So Derek Kelly's been a real good player. He's tough and physical and everything like that. So I'm not worried at all about if they put him out there and play right tackle.
How much does that help? You mentioned the mixing and matching some guys to have guys kind of battling each other and not have complacency, I guess, when you have so many battles going on.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, exactly what you said. If you have somebody right behind you, then you won't be complacent. You'll always be on your A game, always be on your P's and Q's and stuff like that, because in a blink of an eye, you can lose your spot with the guy behind you. So you're just always out there being your A game and stuff like that.
Jimbo was saying that with their scheme, it's a little bit similar to what you've seen already with blitzes and stunts, but at the same time, it differs. In your mind, what have you seen from their front that maybe you have to pick up on and prepare for?
I mean, it's the same blitzes and stunts and stuff like that. They kind of like Boston College, but they don't like really blitz every play and stuff like that. But as far as that, it's just knowing where the mics are and stuff like that. But it's not too complicated, but we should be okay.
What is it like being the leader of this offensive line when you have not so little experience, but not as much experience as you would normally see out of an anchor on an O-line?
Well, I don't really claim that leader, but it's really all five of us holding each other accountable. So it's like we all five of the leaders on the line. But when I mess up, they hold me accountable. When they mess up, I hold them accountable. So it's really a unit out there.
I know you didn't get to play with Ryan last year when he was at center.
Mm-hmm.
But Jimbo said he could tell a difference from him now because he's just a year older.
Mm-hmm.
And what does he do? I know he's gotten some work with the ones. What does he bring to that position?
I do see a lot based on the film from last year. I think he did get a lot better from last year. He's out there taking control of the line, making calls and stuff like that, helping us out with the calls and stuff like that. So I think he's doing real well from last year.
You guys talked in the preseason about trying to help Everett out, a new quarterback, and trying to kind of, you guys and the receivers trying to help the quarterbacks out. Has this week or two been good about just trying to get everything going right? Because, Everett gets a lot of the attention because he's the quarterback, but has this week or two been good for the whole offense in terms of, like, cleaning things up?
Yeah, we as an offense, these past on the bye weeks, we have had very good offensive days and stuff like that. We have, like, offensive line doing their job, and they're tying in with receivers catching balls and stuff like that. So when everybody does their job, it's a good offensive day, and that's what we've been having lately.
Jimbo specifically talked about, not leaving big plays on the field.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean for you as an offensive line? Is it just making sure you follow through on your assignments, or is it something completely different?
That's exactly what I mean. When you go back and look at the film, I could be a missed assignment. Everybody else have their assignment, but my guy makes a tackle, and if I would have blocked him right and the play would have hit wide open, that's a touchdown right there. But it's leaving touchdowns on the field. There's stuff like that we can fix. That, like our assignment alignment techniques or things that can allow us to get touchdowns, but we miss the slide and that holds us back.
What's the feeling like knowing that you look at it on film and you just go, okay, if we had done maybe one or two things differently, instead of a 2-yard loss, this could have been a 25-yard game? Is it frustrating because it looks so simple? Is it somewhat uplifting because okay, it's not that, it's not that much of a fix? How would you describe it?
It's kind of both. It's frustrating because it is so simple, but then again, you can't dwell on the play. It's one play at a time. When you have a bad play, you got to move on to the next. And as a film, you see it, then you got to process it, and then you got to move on. You can't dwell on it. And if it happens again, don't let it happen again. We just got to make sure we don't make the same mistake twice.